All right, so this is kind of a follow-up of what I talked about earlier with regards to the whole live PD getting canceled and whatnot. I really didn't have many plans to talk about this, but I figured, you know what, I'd just get back and talk about it. So, yeah, like yeah, sorry the video from earlier kind of ended abruptly, but I figured I'd just go back to this and talk about it. This isn't really like a part, well, okay, well, it's not really like a part two of it, but it's different in some ways because I found this article here where the host of Live PD and a video a clip. I'm gonna play the clip for you guys. There is this Live PD host clashed with CNN anchor who claimed that Live PD, the show, lacked social responsibility. All right, so the article says Live PD host Dan Abrams had a fiery clash Thursday with CNN anchor Brianna Keilar, I think that's how you pronounce her name, over the show's cancellation, with the anchor suggesting the program was nothing more than entertainment. Bitch, shut the fuck up, okay? Obviously, yeah, it's on TV for that, but that's not its sole purpose. Like, Live PD was there to show that yeah, this is what typically happens during like traffic stops and just all that. So it's more than it's more than simply just entertainment, bitch, okay? Shut the fuck up. On Wednesday, A&E Network announced the hit show would no longer be in production following the Paramount Network's cancellation of the long-running series Cops. Abrams, an executive producer of the series, previously expressed confidence Live PD would ultimately return after A&E pulled the show from its schedule, and has since expressed his disappointment with the network's decision. Yeah, the network's decision was fucking bullshit. During an interview on Thursday, though, Abrams was on the defensive. Keilar drew focus to the March 19 death of Javier Ambler, whose arrest was captured by Live PD, but Ambler ended up dying in police custody. Okay, how is that their response? Oh my fucking god. Body cam footage showing Ambler struggling to breathe was recently released following the death of George Floyd. Yeah, why didn't they release it until then? Gee, give me a fucking break. However, what was seen in the footage never aired on the show. Police come off looking good in a lot of these videos. Why was the video in the Javier Ambler case destroyed? Keilar asked. Abrams explained the show's policy was to only retain footage for roughly 30 days as a way to prevent the show from becoming an arm of law enforcement, but Texas's Williamson County requested that the footage to be retained for 3 months, which the show honored like any legal request, which was ultimately erased after the Ambler investigation was closed. Quote, looking back on it, do I wish Live PD had retained it? Yeah, Abrams said. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish they did too, but whatever. That's a moot point. But the policy was put in place for the exact opposite reason that people are suggesting now. Did Live PD ever consider having an exception when people die? Keilar later asked Abrams, who responded, there should not have been, despite the network's policy, not show deaths that occur on air. Yeah, last time I checked, they generally don't show that. Dumb fuck. Alright, so the rest of the dialogue in here basically is from this video, and I'm sure I'm gonna probably fucking tear this bitch's ass a new one. And you can tell that this fucking bitch probably speaks to the fucking manager every fucking day. Alright, let's get into this.
The spotlight on police brutality after the killing of George Floyd is creating ripples of change in American culture, including television entertainment. First, Cops was canceled, and now A&E is canceling the reality TV show Live PD. Just 1 month ago, the series was renewed for an additional 160 episodes. The show has been in the news for its involvement in the Texas case of Javier Ambler, who was killed in police custody after saying, "Save me," and I Can't Breathe. Live PD crews were riding along with sheriff's deputies at the time. And in a statement to CNN, A&E said in part, "Going forward, we will determine if there is a clear pathway to tell the stories of both the community and the police officers whose role it is to serve them." And now former host of Live PD, Dan Abrams, is joining me to discuss this. Dan, I want to talk about this case and Live PD being there with the police, but first, the show's been canceled. What's your reaction?
I'm disappointed, frustrated. I fought very hard to try to keep the show on the air. I thought there was a way to have a national discussion on the show.
Yeah, that's what we should have. We should have a discussion. Okay, discussions are better than fucking censorship, because that's exactly what A&E did by doing this bullshit. By doing it and then caving into the pressure of all these assholes that want to bitch and whine and ree about all cops who don't know how to fucking get over themselves.
About policing, you mentioned a moment ago that Cops and Live PD were both canceled, and yet there's a huge difference between those shows. You know, Cops was like a highlight reel of crazy moments that happened to police officers. Live PD actually followed police officers in real time as it was happening. So you got to see the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, and I think it provided important context as a call nationally for more police officers to wear body cams. I would think we'd want more Live PD, not less.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're saying about sort of the tone of Live PD.
Now, here's the thing. He was saying we should show more, not less. Yes, especially in situations like this. Because wouldn't it show everybody and show the world that following the death of George Floyd that, hey, this is how this follows what this cop is doing in this situation and that, and it's just going to reinforce the thing that everybody should realize: not all cops are bad. Fucking Christ.
Because there are moments that kind of show you just normal traffic stops that are not particularly eventful. Police come off looking good in a lot of these videos. Why was the video in the Javier Ambler case destroyed?
Well, that's a stupid fucking question. Maybe because they're not going to show an actual death. Gee, I wonder. Maybe because they're not going to show an actual death and incriminate themselves. And by the way, they're not responsible for the death. And if anything, if that was to happen, they would stop filming like immediately and say like whoa, hold on there a minute, hold on there, what the fuck? That's what they would do. So what kind of question is that?
So police come off looking good in some and come off looking bad in others. The policy at Live PD had long been, we keep tapes, we keep video for a few weeks, and then we don't retain it any longer. Why? Because we feared that we were going to be used by law enforcement as a video repository, as a place to just go and grab videos to prosecute citizens with. We didn't want to be that. So there was a policy in place as to when and how to get rid of videos so that we wouldn't serve in that role.
The reverse is true here. Not destroying the video actually protected the police.
No, exactly. But that's my point, is that in this particular case, it was the reverse, right? Which is, it would have been better to be able to still have it. Let's be clear about something. The tape, the video was retained for 3 months per the request of Williamson County. They said they were investigating it. They asked Live PD to hold on to it while that happened. They did that. They then informed Live PD the investigation was over. That was a year ago. That was the last anyone from Live PD had heard about the video. Now, looking back on it, do I wish that Live PD had retained it? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they did too. Okay, maybe that was a little bit of a mistake on their part. But this fucking CNN host is taking it way out of our... Well, actually, it's CNN. Never mind. It's CNN. What are we talking about? This is the left. This is the Fox News of the left. What are we talking about?
Do I wish that there were more exceptions to the rule that was in place? Yeah.
And by the way, this article that I'm reading it from, the only reason why it's from that I would post it here via Fox News. Well, by the way, it is from Fox News, but the only reason is because I found the clip from it, which I'll actually, you know what I'll do? I'll actually copy and paste the tweet, not the. Well, I can just paste the Fox News article. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Other than this, people don't. Other than that, I mean, Fox News may be right sometimes, but they're right only by accident. Just remember that. Or if Tucker Carlson is talking, he seems to be one of the few on Fox News that actually has his head screwed on correctly.
But the policy was in place for exactly the opposite reason that many people are suggesting now.
So is all video destroyed? All raw footage is destroyed after 30 days or per the length of the request?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, unless there's a legal request made in that period, which was the case here, right? Williamson County did specifically ask, we want you to hold this pending our investigation.
Did Live PD ever consider having an exception when people die?
Bitch, did you even listen to what the fuck he just said? Like, it just seems like you just want to talk and hear your own voice. You're like, you're just like talking. Well, doesn't he have an exception? Yeah, he just said it. About a death. Yeah, that's why we destroyed the footage. Yeah, this is why we did this. Did you not even listen to what the fuck he just said? My fucking God.
Yeah, look, there should have been, right? I mean, unfortunately, there have been a number of videos that Live PD has had where people have died. We typically don't show people dying on the air. That's another question.
Yeah, obviously.
That we could have reevaluated. But the point is that the motivation here wasn't a negative one. It wasn't to try to hide things. It was to try to avoid becoming an arm of law enforcement as we were there following that. Again, I think if the show had stayed on the air, we were already talking about changing the policy. So many of us were advocating, saying, look, we've now learned that this policy, while maybe motivated for the right reasons, has to have some exceptions.
You think now that the show should have aired this incident. Tell me about that.
Well, so the show did not air it because per A&E policy, we don't show fatalities.
He never wanted to fucking air that.
I think one of the great things about Live PD was the transparency aspect, showing the good and the bad of policing.
Right.
And with that in mind, I think in retrospect, we probably should have shown this incident leading up to the fatality. It shows all sides of policing.
Right, the incident leading up to it, but not the death. Yeah, but of course, what do you think she's going to say?
There was a decision that was made simply based on A&E policy about not showing a fatality. Again, these are the sorts of things that we were in the process of discussing. How do we move forward? How do we have discussions with people in various communities who aren't happy with certain elements? Let's talk about how we can make changes, how we can make this a better show.
Yeah, let's talk about that because then you got stupid people like that who think, oh, it's nothing more than an entertainment show. And then she goes on in here saying, well, it says in the article, did you know the news business? That's not the news business. Live PD itself is not a news show. Yeah. He never fucking said that it was. All right, and then it goes on here. So that was the clip here. So it says, the ABC News legal analyst and Mediaite founder stressed the difference between Live PD and cops. Yeah, he just did that. Respond to how the program, the CNN anchor then had Abrams respond to a report about how innocent people who have been caught up in the police program had their lives ruined because of the national exposure. Yeah? Yeah? Everybody knows when they're arrested. There's a thing called an arrest record. The only difference is it's on TV. So? Abrams compared what happened to them what happens in the news business. Right. So if someone is getting arrested on the news, everybody knows about it. Live PD is just a different show in a different genre. But then she says, oh, it's not a news show. Nobody fucking said it was a news show. Bitch. No one said it was. And then she says, quote, Dan, it's not a news show, Keeler interrupted. It's an entertainment program. Yes, bitch, it's not a news program, but at the same time, it's not all about entertainment. Again, you're fucking putting words in people's fucking mouths. Well, it may be, but the reason is still the same, in which the people are sometimes brought into situations that they don't want to be involved in because of certain things that happen, Abrams explained. I know you don't like the comparison, but in the news business, when you're on a public street, they can film you there, and that's the same that would happen with us, but, and then she fucking cuts him off. Dan, you know the news business. That's not the news business. Keeler shook her head. No one fucking said anything about the news business. You're telling me that Live PD is a news show. Bitch, he never said it was a fucking news show. Oh my God. No, Abrams said. I'm telling you that there are news elements to Live PD. Absolutely. Yes, news elements. Yeah, the word elements. Meaning little bits of news. New things. Doesn't apply. This is ridiculous. This is a documentary style show. I think it's unfairly dismissive to simply say that it's an entertainment show, because this is real life. These are real police officers, and they are real people involved, and we took all of that incredibly seriously. Yeah, exactly. That's fucking bullshit. Cabram then accused Abrams of hanging his hat on A&E's policies about not preserving footage of individuals being killed in police custody, and how, unlike documentaries, the police program omits key things and doesn't show the whole picture. They're not able to show the whole picture. If they were going to show the whole picture, it'd be longer than 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever. Okay, it's just like you're fucking baiting him. Abrams pushed back, suggesting that Live PD is more transparent than documentaries because the show often doesn't edit what is being broadcast. Noting that what happened to Ambler was not shown on air was covering it. Yeah, I already fucking read that part. I don't think Live PD is not on the air because of that incident. Yeah, it's not on there because of that incident. It's not on there because of the whole George Floyd thing, and A&E decided to cave into the pressure about it. Live PD is not on the air, in my view, because there's a massive movement in this country which includes many people eliminating any program involving police. Yeah, that's right, and that's fucking bullshit. Things got testy when Keeler took exception to Abrams' claim that Live PD promoted police transparency, reiterating that the program doesn't show the whole story. What does that mean? Abrams said. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck does that mean? By our own admission, there are things that are not shown and communicated on the program, Keeler said. Right, because we follow 8 departments at once, and there is no way to do all of that at one time in a 3-hour show. Exactly. It would be longer than that. It probably would be longer than the Titanic movie. Whatever the reason, Dan, the CNN anchor shot back. Yeah, because she probably thinks she's so fucking tough and won the argument. What do you mean, whatever the reason? Abrams responded. Ooh, he's kicking her ass. So when someone says that there's 3 press conferences playing at a news event, and someone says, how can you guys not play all 3 news events? And then you say, well, we had to make a choice between the events, and I know you don't like the comparison to the news, but that's a reality. Yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of liking, it's a matter of apples to oranges, Keeler said. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? But listening to you, Dan, I'm like hearing like extremely legalistic argument, which I guess I don't find particularly surprising. But we'll talk about the death of someone in the video of someone. And yes, I hear you saying, well, there's another video of it where there were potentially other incidents, or instances rather, where there's not body camera video or something. It gives the sense of hiding behind policies and washing your hands and not having a social responsibility. You're sort of utilizing people who are in, you saying it's transparency, but I don't know if it's social responsibility. Who the fuck said anything about that? Then I think you're not listening to what I'm saying, Abrams said. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly, Dan. She's not going to listen to you. She works for CNN. She works for the far left that bitches about cops all the fucking time. So when we're talking about transparency for the police, When you're talking about the reason to want body cams, what we're saying is we want to be able to show more how police do what they do. Your position is that if you can't show anything, it's not worth showing. And I would just disagree with that concept. Yeah, I would too. And again, I think that you are understanding how much time and effort that every show went into standards and practices associated with that program the same way they do in a news program. It's just, like, that is just the stupidest fucking thing to ever say. To, like, say, oh, it's a news program. You know it's not a news program. Bitch, he never said it was a fucking news program. Shut the fuck up. He never said it was a news program. He never fucking said that. Not once. He only said it has news elements. Saying he has news elements, saying that the show has news elements, is different than saying it's news. So basically, you are taking what he says and you are taking him out of context right there. You are literally taking him out of context right there. Because he never fucking said it was a news show. He said it has news elements, and then you turn it around in his face and say, well, you know it's not a news program. Yeah, he never said that. He never said that it was a news program. He said it has news elements. Different. That's the difference. I'm telling you, I think Dan Abrahams, I think that, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. I personally think he wasted his fucking time by going on CNN and trying to argue with this stupid bitch, because, I mean, you all heard the way she sounded. She sounded so condescending and tried to think like, oh, I won the argument. Yeah, Dan, you know that. I swear to God. And not only that, A&E's YouTube channel has been censoring several videos of live PD on YouTube by privating it and taking it the fuck down. Sometimes even taking it the fuck down completely. Which is absolute bullshit. I really hope... I don't know. Part of me thinks that at some point... A&E's going to receive so much shit and they might bring it back at some point. Maybe another network will pick it up. I don't know. I hope some network picks it up. I hope a network with more friggin' balls decides to pick it up. Okay? There's been so many things. Police brutality has been a problem in America and in a few other places since the beginning of time. Why all of a sudden are they doing something about this now? Political reasons, that's why. Political reasons and no other reason. All right, I think I made my point on this whole thing. Sorry again, this is a rambly video, but you know, it's just I just wanted to get that all out there. And discuss this and play this video, because I actually was planning on doing this for a while, but I figured that since this topic is still fresh, I figured I might as well just get on here and discuss it. Anyway, that about wraps it up for now. Thank you all for listening, and I'll try to be back with more soon. I'll be away from the 5th until the 14th, so, and plus I have work tomorrow, so probably won't be doing anything until after that. But anyway, this is Zach the Celtics guy. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back with more, and I'll be back with more stuff going forward. More news topics like this. Let me know, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this stupid bullshit drama going on and just everything. But anyway, that wraps it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now. Peace, have a nice day or night or wherever you are, and I'll be back with more soon. Zach the Celtics guy, signing off, and we'll be back soon. Bye for now. Peace out.